Well, here we are in the post-war naval city of Plymouth. Quite deprived around here in places. You can see what they're doing here. Now, they were in the news for completely the wrong reasons only a couple of months ago. Here we are, Armada Way, and the sordid tree felling that went on. Well, made national news, highly contentious in the rather deprived area of Plymouth. Be nice to keep a bit of greenery, because a lot of people think that they've never spent any money on it after the war, never got through the war, never come through it due to the fact that it was so heavily bombed, with the Luftwaffe aiming at the dockyard. See what's happened here. This is all made national news. Well, like all the trees down here, in an area of poverty and deprivation, not really come through the war as most of them would say. But here's some of the remains of the trees that have been taken down, rather controversially, providing a nice bit of greenery in the area. You can see what's happening here. So anybody who values the city knows that it's been struggling over the years, deprivation and poverty as with most of the West Country, and of course never really come to the war. You've got unique architecture here now after the war. Sadly, all the lovely old buildings were destroyed in place of these flat roof buildings, which most people actually despise of, but certainly they knocked a lot of trees down here. Made national news. This is Armada Way in Plymouth, the centre of Plymouth. See all the controversial works. Not sure why, nobody knows why. They try and make a place look nice, and for some reason they think of some, as in other places, modernisation happened after the war, which actually just used to mean concrete, which after 10 years needs to be replaced. But they've certainly got major problems on the hands here with locals, because trees of course take a long time to mature. Well, not sure why it happened, but Plymouth has been trying to develop and prosper after the war, since the war. Got the old Civic Centre there, listed about 15 years ago. Controversially. Further down Armada Way here, busy summer shopping day. Seating area there. All the main shops here. Open space here as well. I think they used to sometimes, when they first built this, have some televised sports events around here. Certainly Wimbledon, I think it was. Some of the major football events. Got some skateboarders here today. Down towards Royal Parade. Sordid destruction of trees, just about to see over there as well. Some of the remnants an impact of the losses. Well, that's the House of Fraser, the old Dingles here in Plymouth, major department store in the city. Misguided works from the council meant that they did knock down a lot of trees here only about, what, probably a month ago. Sunny day here in Plymouth. Sadly, you can see the remnants up there. Not realising, of course, they take years to grow, these trees. Goes out towards the railway station there. 6 weeks ago, 2 months, where they desecrated the area here, laid in salutes. Confirmed. Disgraceful, really, since they do take, what, 15-20 years to mature. And Cornwall Street here, Armada Way here, and the destruction here in the city of Plymouth. A total disgrace. See the mess there, with the trees being taken down. They've been taken down there, well, ruthlessly and roughly in the middle of the night for some unknown reason. I think Sheffield had similar problems. Council making completely wrong decisions wherever they were. Of course, they should be sacked. That's only my opinion. Destruction in the area. Heavily bombed in the war here as well. Never really got over the war here. Let alone destructing a bit of some trees which take a long time to mature. Provide a bit of a haven for wildlife and perhaps somewhere to sit in a bright summer day like this. Notice the sign. It's like the campaign against suicide there. They've destructed all the trees here. United against suicide. Well, there we are. Well, Armada Way here, the closest I can get to it here. It's all closed off here. You see reasonably mature trees that have been felled there. Sorry, I'm behind a fence here. No, that's been closed off because of the works and also the ramifications of probably the public coming up to the workmen and giving them an ear bashing due to what's been happening here. But so, of course, it's ultimately the fault of the council here, allowing all this desecration, as you would expect. Destroyed the area. Right mess. A disgrace there. The city heavily bombed in the war, and they destroy trees which are trying to make the area better. There we are, the city of Plymouth here. And similar things happen in Sheffield as well. You think they had learnt the lesson. We're here at the top of Armada Way here. The Armada shopping centre there as well. Quite old now. Mayflower Street here, but this is the top of Armada Way where all this has been going on here. the destruction of these trees here, and in a deprived city. Some say it's not ever come through the war. All the destruction of lovely old buildings. This is looking down Armada Way from Mayflower Street here, and the destruction of these lovely trees here, in an area which was heavily bombed in the war, and a lot of locals will say it actually never came through the war. It's all flat buildings now. The lovely old buildings were all gone, virtually all flattened, probably 99% flat in Plymouth, if not more. And then some ignorant councillors have these trees chopped down, making a nice focal point and a bit of greenery for the city. We've lost Debehans. Look, mercifully, House of Fraser's still down there, as you can tell there. Guildhall behind it, you can just tell. Well, I'm looking over a fence here. Just about to see here, sorry, it's just about to see through the fence here the ramifications of the desecration here. And that's the money centre up there. You can see what's happened here. Sadly taking all these trees, sorry about the fence here, but all taken down here. Talk about mindfulness and all the rest of it they talk about these days, and finding a peaceful haven. Well, look what's happened. They've taken all the trees down here, totally blitzed it here. Probably does remind some people of the war, the Blitz of what, 1940-41. Just how it's gone on here. Well, there we are, what's going on behind me here, but nothing to do with trees. They've blocked it off the fence here. This is Plymouth city centre here. Armada Way, these central library here. But sadly, these trees were felled in the middle of the night. Highly contentious and controversial. And most cities want trees, and of course they know how long they take to grow. Stopping flooding and eco-generation, whatever else there for the environment, and also a nice place to sit. All the damage and desecration here, these trees have been taken down rather unnecessarily. Same thing happened up Sheffield, all the banks and all here. But the coach station is here. Sadly, all happened here overnight. It's a quick view of it here. Looking across, it's up to the station there, and the other way goes to the Hoe there. Drake Circus. From the coach here down to Charles Church. Bombed in the war, sadly, as with the rest of the city. Heavily bombed, flattened in the water. Although it must be beautifully on the surface there. That's Royal Parade, and that way. The old Britain's Dive bus station behind there, all knocked down and gone. This is the flats now. The old church here. It goes back to the 1700s, sadly bombed in the Blitz. The old buses were up there, well there's flat types on the left. Going out of Plymouth, out towards the embankment here. Northbound.